Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Indian School of Physics. So today again I have come up with another very interesting problem, and its name is induced charges and electric field. So this problem is going to be very interesting, and I'll try not to use any deeper calculation, or you can say just by mental calculation we'll try to solve this question. So here is the statement of this problem. As you can see, a rigid frame in the shape of a right pyramid is made of conducting rods. The base ABCD is a square and the apex O is vertically above the center of the base. The frame is electrically neutral. When it is placed in a uniform electric field, the intensity E pointing from the corner A towards corner D, total charge induced on rod DC and OC are known to you, and it is Q1 and Q2 respectively. So Q1 here and Q2 here. Now the frame is rotated to make the electric field pointing from corner A to C. So now this is rotating in such a way that electric field is in this direction. What are the charges induced on each rod? So this is the question, and this is an old Olympiad problem, and I have taken this question from Pathfinder for JEE Advanced and Olympiads. Very nice problem, and almost calculation free, you can say. So let's discuss the concept of this problem, and then we'll proceed further. So as you all know, the electric field at any point due to any charge, we can write it as kq by L square, where L is the distance and charge q is the magnitude of it, right? Now here, for any other charge system, we can still write this electric field as kq by some distance parameter which is related to the geometry times c, where c is a number which depends on geometry. So from here we can borrow this result that this electric field is actually proportional to charge, or we can say induced electric field also by same logic must be proportional to induced charges. Another point which we have to remember is, in electrostatic conditions, the electric field inside the conductor will be zero. Wherever metal part is present, at that place electric field value will be zero. That is due to the external field plus field due to induced charges. That vector sum has to be zero within the conductor. Another point which we should remember is, for isolated system, net charge on the system will be conserved. If this system is not connected to any other system, or we can say if it is isolated, the net charge on this will be constant. If it is initially zero, finally also it is going to be zero only. So here is the first diagram. We'll try to solve this question in diagrams only, without using any major calculation here. Just simple addition, subtraction we will be doing in the end. So here, when this field is along AD, the charges which are appearing on rod CD and OC are given as Q1 and Q2. This is given to you in the problem. Now we need to think, we will be using symmetry of this problem. Yes, symmetry is very important and a very powerful tool in order to solve physics problems. So we'll try to utilize it here, or you can say we will be exploiting it here. Okay. So by symmetry we can say, if this rod OC is getting charge of Q2, definitely this rod OD also is going to get charge Q2. I hope this is clear to you, because field is going in this direction. Whatever is going to happen to this rod, same thing will happen to this rod also. And it is given this charge is Q1. Another part which you have to see here is, in rod BC, field is along that only. Field is along the rod BC and AD. So induced charges will appear in these corners, or you can say in rod AB, CD, OC and OB, in such a way that it will cancel out the field here, because if it is not happening, If field inside is not 0, further movement of charge will take place and we can say electrostatic condition hasn't reached. So charge on BC rod is going to be 0. Similarly, then we can say charge on AD rod is going to be 0. Overall, this conductor is electrically neutral. So if charge on this rod is Q2, by symmetry we can say charge on rod OB is going to be minus Q2. Similarly, on OA rod, this is going to be minus Q2 as well. And it is just exactly opposite. So if here it is plus Q1, by symmetry we can say there must be minus Q1 charge on this. So this is my prediction about the charge present on this rod. Now what we are doing is, now we are rotating the frame in such a way that the same electric field E is now present in this direction along line AC, and again we have to find out the charges on each rod. So let's proceed further. What we are going to do is we'll try to make this diagram in this one so that we can use the result of it. Okay, so we will try to resolve this electric field in such a way that so that we can have a situation like this and where it becomes easier for us to comment on the charges appearing on each one. So now let's see what we are going to do here is, now I'm going to resolve this electric field since it is a square. So easily you can see here this E component along AD is going to be E by root 2, and similarly along AB also it is going to be E by root 2 because that angle is 45. Further, now this situation, if we take AD alone, this situation will resemble the diagram 1. Similarly, if we take this alone, this will resemble the diagram 1. Only difference will be instead of E, now we are dealing with fields E by root 2 and E by root 2 here. Let's move to the next diagram. See, we are discussing this question only in diagrams only. Okay, so I hope you can see here. Now I'm taking this field first. I'm dealing with this field first, which is E1 by root 2 and AB. Now, checking the previous diagram, the first one, the effect of E, I am going to give the charges to this one. So I can say this charge will become Q1 by root 2 because field was E1 by root 2. When field was E1, charge was Q1. So now this will become E1 by root 2. So charge here will become Q1 by root 2. Similarly, charge on this rod will become Q2 by root 2. This was the information given in the problem. When field was E, charges were Q1 and Q2. So now when field is E1 by root 2, charges are going to be Q1 by root 2 and Q2 by root 2. By symmetry, I can say here also charge is going to be Q2 by root 2. Charge is going to be 0 here as per the previous diagram. Then by using symmetry, this charge is going to be minus Q1 by root 2, opposite to this. And this will become minus Q2 by root 2 and minus Q2 by root 2. I hope you are able to understand. It is just borrowed from this diagram. It is just borrowed from this diagram. So next, when this field is E by root 2 along AD, so these charges are Q1 by root 2. Earlier it was Q1 when field was E. Similarly, this will become plus Q2 by root 2, minus Q2 by root 2, plus Q2 by root 2, minus Q2 by root 2, 0, 0, exactly similar to the first diagram. And here it will become minus Q1 by root 2. So we have individually seen the effect of field E1 by root 2 along AB and field of E by root 2 along AD. Now when we want combined effect of this one, when it was along E, all we need to do is just add these two diagrams so that resultant field will become along AC. So we are going to add corresponding charges also. So QAB, we want to calculate charge on this rod AB. So from first diagram it is 0 and from second diagram it is minus Q1 by root 2. So 0 minus Q1 by root 2, it is going to give us minus Q1 by root 2. Similarly, QBC, from the first diagram it is Q1 by root 2 and from the second diagram it is 0. So total charge is going to be Q1 by root 2 positive. Similarly, for rod CD we can see from first one contribution is 0, and from the second one it is plus q1 by root 2. Overall charge here is going to be q1 by root 2. Similarly for dA, contribution from first one is minus q1 by root 2 and contribution from the second one is 0, so overall charge here is going to be minus q1 by root 2. Similarly for rod AO, contribution from first diagram is going to be minus q2 by root 2, and from second one is also minus q2 by root 2. You can see here rod AO, this is rod AO, so minus q2 by root 2, and this is also minus q2 by root 2. So if we add these two, we are going to get minus of root 2 q2. Similarly on rod OB or BO, OB rod is this, so plus q2 by root 2, and from here minus q2 by root 2, so that is going to give us 0. Now for rod CO, from first rod it is plus q2 by root 2, and from second also plus q2 by root 2. CO rod, you can see here also it is plus q2 by root 2, and from second diagram also it is plus q2 by root 2. So total charge here will become root 2 q2, and the next one is DO. DO is this minus q2 by root 2, and from here plus q2 by root 2. So if we add these two, we are going to get 0. So these are the answers for this problem. I hope you have enjoyed this problem, and if you have enjoyed it, please give it a like, share this video with your friends and teachers, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. I'll come up with another amazing video. Thank you.